You want to do it. You're just not sure if you can. Because everything around you tells you that it's not possible. That the dream is not worth chasing. But let me tell you, everybody. The first step towards being good at something is sucking at it first. Okay? You need to suck in order to become good. Okay? Life rewards the people that are willing to embarrass themselves. Life rewards the people that are willing to suck at something for the longest. Okay? Let's take any idol of yours, anybody in the world, anybody that is good at something. Do you think they started off that good? Tom Brady, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, any of those people, anybody, they did not start off like that, okay? The only reason why somebody has something in this life that you do not have is because they started before you. They had the courage. If you can't beat the fear, you need to do it afraid. You need to do it scared. You need to do it unknowing. And they have been at it longer than you. They have been going harder, okay? Every single day that you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, that's another day that someone else is grinding, someone else is grinding, someone else is grinding, someone else wants it more than you. You have to want it more than sleeping. You have to want it more than picking up that pack of cigarettes. Okay, you have to want it more than anything. Okay, but don't think that you'll be perfect at it, okay? Because practice does not make perfect. And I've been stressing this a lot recently. Practice does not make perfect, okay, everybody? Practice makes improvement, okay? And in life, you should be focused on improving yourself, not proving yourself to the world, okay? Because one day you will realize that you do not have to prove anything to anybody, not even yourself. All you ever had to do was go out there and try to make something happen. Try to make something shake. But no, you never did. You tried to control things, therefore letting the things that you were trying to control you. Because what you run from in life has already caught you. You need to suck. You need to fail. In victory, there is only one lesson. But in defeat, there is 1,000 lessons. You know, when I was outside doing the pool with my uncle, and we were having a little talk about things, and I said, you could basically do anything in life, right? And he said, yeah. How do you think I've done absolutely anything in my life? I failed. I failed a little bit more, and I failed. He just told me about all these failures and how all it takes is that one win. You know what? It doesn't matter how down you are on your luck. Because if you quit, it is very easy to predict your future. So suck. You know, take what I said before. Life rewards people that are willing to suck at something for the longest. So suck. Do something you enjoy. Do something that puts a smile on your face. Don't necessarily go and try to find meaning and purpose, because you're not going to find it. Because it's inside you. Okay, not on you. You create that. You create everything around you. You know, you're probably wondering why. You know, why every single time you try to do something, you always fail. You know, when you go out there, you follow the rules, you follow the handbook, and you fail, it's not really called failure. It's called life. Okay, in life, you will go out there and you will fail. Okay? But that's the best part, because you learn. Okay, you will never, ever, 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 ever stop learning. Nobody goes out there and does this life thing 100% correct. It's not how it works. And maybe one day we will all realize that. You know, realize that it wasn't who is the best at all of this stuff. You know, it's not trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. Because what if when you are done performing to be somebody that you are not, what if no one stays? What if the people you thought loved you, the people that you thought cared, leave? Because school doesn't teach you that. Church doesn't teach you that. I don't need that. I need somebody to call family. Okay, that's what people really need. They need relationships. Okay, they need encouragement. Okay, if you're around people and you're trying to do things and you're failing, How is your friend going to react if you tell them something negative, if you tell them that you failed or you messed up? If it's negativity, if it's negative, then maybe you need to readjust. Because there's always a chance. As long as you are breathing, as long as you are here, there's opportunity and there's time. When you waste time, time wastes you. That's why you need to get out there and just start trying. Everybody, the only thing that doesn't change inside of this life is the fact that things change. Get outside, get around some good people, get around some encouragement. You want to go where you are celebrated in this life, not just tolerated, okay? Because you need a positive mind, okay? But a negative mind will never make a positive life, okay? We have stated that before, okay? But a negative life will never make a positive mind. It's not how it works, all right? So you're probably thinking, Matthew, what does this have anything to do with doing? Okay, but feeling good, being content in your environment, being comfortable, that has a lot to do with performance, because when you're not comfortable in life, that is when things start to get shaky. When you're doubtful, that is when things start to go wrong. In reality, everybody, doubt is kind of an oxymoron, because as soon as you start to doubt yourself inside of this life, things start to go wrong, things start to go astray. Never doubt yourself. Never doubt what's in here. Definitely never doubt what's up here. Okay? It is mind over matter 100,000 million% of the time. Okay? You can do anything in this life, just not everything. Okay? There is not a single thing in this world that you can't do if you put your mind to it. You see, everybody, if you focus on what you lack in this life, you will lose what you have. But if you focus on what you have in this life, you'll gain what you lack, and vice versa. So that is why you need to go out there and embrace the suck. Embrace it all. Because it's not all that bad. One day you'll start to realize that life is just life, and you shouldn't let life stop you from living it. You gotta suck. You gotta do bad things. You gotta fail. You gotta make mistakes. But don't let them hinder your progress. Don't compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who somebody else is today. Don't compare your journey to somebody else's. It is impossible to know where you are supposed to be compared to somebody else. So get out there and fail. Fail some more and keep on failing. Because failing, in school they teach you failure is bad. Oh, once you get an F, it's all over. Once you fail, it's over. You only get one chance. But nope. Everybody, you know what my Nana says to me? When you fail, try and try again. So that's exactly what you should do. You should get out there and you should try and try and try and try until you have nothing, no more breath left. Because if this is really what you want to do, if this is really the life you want to live, if this is really what you want in your heart, then you will let nothing stop you. Not the opinions of people, not the actions of people, but allow you to speak so loudly. Because listen to this. Sometimes you cannot hear what people are saying because their actions are speaking so loudly. Okay? Do not associate your negative thoughts with other people's thoughts of you, because they will be corrupted. Okay? They will be. Realize this, everybody. Sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. Is this a magic mushroom? I'm kidding. I have no idea what that is. See? Be sporadic. Be adventurous. Do random things. And fail. Fail so many times that you don't even know what success is. You want to know why? Because success doesn't exist, everybody. Success, there is no finish line. Failure is never, ever, 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 ever. Failure is not fatal. Success is never final. So stay positive and enjoy the day and get out there and be sucky. Suck. You want to know why you should suck? Because one day you won't suck anymore. No pun intended. Okay? What I just mean is if you fail. The master has failed more times than the student has even tried. But the true master, everybody, is an eternal student. Somebody who never stops learning. Because you never know everything. You don't know what you don't know. So don't be one of those people that think they know everything. Because you don't. And you probably never will. And that's okay. So get out there, enjoy your day. And most importantly, this might be the most important thing that I've said throughout this entire video. Stay positive. And I'll repeat myself one last time. Sucking at something is the first step towards being sort of good at something. And one day you'll get there. Don't ever be discouraged. Don't ever think you can't. Because the person who says they can and the person who says they can't are both correct.